Alright, so this video is not going to be a t-shirt video. I am very well into cars, as you can tell by my first couple of videos, even though they didn't go so well. I know it is during quarantine, and probably shouldn't be out buying stuff. A deal came up that I couldn't pass along, so I ended up picking up this car, and I am very much in love with this car. Ever since it came out, I've always wanted one, and now I've had the opportunity to buy one at a really reasonable price. And yeah, we're gonna start working on this thing, and I'm gonna take you guys along with me. So let's check out what I bought. What's up, guys? This is my 2002 Honda S2000. Just picked it up a little over a week ago. Again, you know, probably shouldn't be buying things during quarantine, but I couldn't pass this deal up. I got it for such a good price. I couldn't say no. Basically bone stock motor wise, nothing's been done to the motor, except it has had a rebuild, which I personally did about 4 years ago. Me and one of my buddies at the shop we used to work at, we rebuilt the motor for the kid who I bought it from. It's sitting on skunk tube lowering springs and blown struts. It's really low in the front and not even. I don't like it. It's got a Ballard Motorsports roll bar in it. It has the Ballard Motorsports hardtop with the glass. And that's about it. The things I've done to it so far within the first week I've owned it. I bought some Ballard Motorsports OEM rebuilt axles with axle spacers, just because these things, when you do OEM or when you do non-OEM axles, they get this wobble, this vibration anywhere from like 40 to 70 miles an hour on the freeway whenever you hit the gas or accelerate. It's really terrible. So I replaced those things first thing I did. And yeah, that's about all I've done to it so far. I already have some suspension on order, so that should be here soon. I'm debating on what wheels I want to go with for the vehicle. And yeah, I mean, I've done fluids, oil, transmission, diff, done all that stuff. And that's about it. Other than that, I've just been driving it and enjoying it. I am going to wrap the vehicle relatively soon. So you guys will see what color that's going to be, probably in an upcoming video. But before we do that, I gotta fix these bumpers, front and rear bumpers. The front bumpers, you can see, probably not really, it's pretty beat up and rock chipped and pretty bad. So that's gonna be getting taken off today into the body shop that my friend works at. So gonna get these fixed and resprayed. Same thing with the back bumper. It's not rock chipped, but it has a dent in the back of it, so I'll show you that. So that's what we're doing today. Just ripping off these bumpers and taking them to the body shop so I can get this thing painted soon. What's up, everybody? Focus, come on. Get going here. There we go. Jeez. So the clip you just watched was filmed probably about a year ago. That's how long I've owned this car for. Ever since quarantine hit, I know it's been really bad for a lot of people, and I get that. I don't know why everybody's wanted their windows tinted. I have not been busier in my life. I don't know why. I'm not trying to brag about it. I am very thankful for that. I can't stop working. It's insane. But so that's why I haven't uploaded. I've just been way too busy at work. And it's been insane. I have messed with the car a little bit here and there. I've done some little stuff. I have done wheels, new suspension. I've done the wrap. I did an Ardo Gray wrap on it. I've done some miscellaneous little bits here and there. And right now, the thing I just got for it, what's gonna happen next after this little segment, I bought a Ballard Motorsports timing chain tensioner. So this video is actually going to be about the install of that tensioner. So let's get back into that. Here's the box. Little guy, not too big. I got it from Ballard Sports. Some of you might already know what's in here. Some of you might not. So let's pop it open and see what we got. We have Ballard Sports timing chain tensioner. So as most of you know, the S2000 timing chain tensioner is deemed weak after a certain period of time. It will loosen up the guides and cause your timing chain to slip, which in turn, if your timing chain slips, your cam gear gets off centered or off position, whatever you want to say, and you can smack a valve into your piston,
which is not good. You know, potentially destroying your motor, causing a rebuild or even a whole new motor. It's small, it's compact, it looks good. Let's go throw it on the car. Cool. Okay, so we're in my garage with the S2000, if I can focus. Hello. In the garage, S2000's in here. Yeah, so that's what she looks like. Pretty clean. I'll do a little shoot of it to show you guys. Yeah, I like the color, but we're starting to do more vinyl at my shop. So we're gonna do it another color and put a little livery on it, nothing too crazy. Just to showcase our work and what we do. Some of you saw when I was pulling in, I will show you right now up close. I have this little problem right here on the bumper. Funny story, I was driving home and about a block from my house and I hear a noise and I'm like, it's not that big of a deal, I'm only a block from my house. Pull up in my driveway, get out, look at it, and my bumper was like that. It was completely hanging down and dragging on the tire. So that sucks. Rule of thumb, if you hear a noise, just stop your car and get out and check it out. So let's pop the hood and we'll get going on this. So the car is bone stock except for the exhaust. I have Tane Flex Z coilovers on it. I have Greddy Revolution RS catback. I have the Enki RPF ones, 17x9 plus 45. I think that's more the standard classic evasive S2000 sizing. It just looks clean. The tires I have on here are some Nito NT 555s. They are, where's the size of these again? I think they're 245. What are they? 255, 45, 17s all the way around. So a nice square setup. I just think it looks mean, looks aggressive. You have a little bit of a poke. I just think it looks badass. Also, side note, my headlights on these guys, the tabs are all broken on them, so they sink in at the bottom a little bit, which kind of sucks. So if anybody has any AP1 headlights for sale, message me. I will buy them. I'm looking right now. So the part in question is right down there. Let's see if we can zoom in on that. Come on, zoom faster. That little guy right there. So timing chain tensioner, the stock one. It's making a little bit of noise, so let's get that out of here and get the new one in. Okay, so there's not enough room there for me and my hands to fit back there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the air box so we can get to it a little easier. So let's use the 10 mil and we'll get to it. So that's the part in question right there. Timing chain tensioner. It's basically two 10mm bolts to take it out. Two 10s on the back for the actual tensioner screw itself. So yeah, let's get that guy out of there and get her done. You should be looking like this right here. That's that one gone, and the bottom one. So this guy might not just pull straight out of there. It might be a little bit of a pain. Because it has two O-rings that are keeping it sealed in there. So, might give you, ow, and that's fucking hot, damn. Might give you a little bit of trouble pulling it out, which that's okay. We'll just work on it and get it out of there. Need a flathead, help pry it off there. Let's see, get this little guy. There we go. Oh, that fell. Well, oh, that is fucking hot. Got it. Okay, so we have the factory timing chain tensor, which is this guy right here. Not gonna be able to push that down. That's way too hard to push down by hand. You will need a vise or something to push that down. If you do get an OEM one, there's a little pinhole right. This focuses. Go on camera, focus. I guess not. Okay, there's a little pinhole right there that when you get this OEM, this guy is going to sit down flush with it, and you pull that pin to release it. You know, the grenade pin they call it. So that's not going to have that on the new Ballad Sports one. So let's go ahead and open this guy up. Okay, so new Ballad Sports timing chain tensor, backing plate, banjo bolt for oil, and then two 10mm hex heads to put the cover on after you release this. So if you go and you buy this tensor right here, do not pull this out until you install it in the vehicle, because what this is doing right now, this is actually holding this pin inside. So if you pull this out, this guy shoots out. You can probably get it back in. It's just a pain in the ass. Don't do it. Also, before we install this, we will take a little bit of oil and wipe down these O-rings just to get them a little lubed up. So when you put it in there, you don't want to use excessive force. This should slide in pretty dang easy. The only caveat to that will be if your chain has tension on it, then you'll want to go to your crank pulley bolt and turn it counterclockwise or clockwise. I forget which way you have to turn it. I'll look it up and I'll put it in the video. And you want to turn that so it releases the tension off the chain, so you can push it in there and bolt it down. You do not want to force this on. Please don't do that. Also, just so everybody knows, there's only one orientation this guy can go in. So if it doesn't fit the first time, turn around and try again. Just like that. That's in. Done. See that? No force. Really easy. Yeah, that's that, guys. Now I'll put the two 10mm bolts that we pulled off the old tensioner back in here. Reuse those guys. You're only going to use the other two bolts to cover up. The two bolts that come with it, you're going to use to put the cap on. An 8mm, yeah, perfect 8mm. So slide this out. And that should be that. Now we'll put the banjo bolt in. Let's fire it up and see how she sounds. Like an absolute dream. No rattle noises, no knocking. It would do on hot startups when I turn the car on. It would sound like a little, I don't know, something like you take your fingers and run them across the spokes. That's how it would sound. But now that's gone. Sweet. Job well done. Alright, let's pull this thing outside and get a nice little shot of it. Call it a day. a little drive. Try and drive with one hand here. See how she is. So far feels really good. No noise, nice and smooth. I don't know if it's a mental thing or if it's actually real, but it just sounds so much nicer right now. This is insane. It could be totally mental. Trying to downshift and rev match with one hand is a pain. Alright, I'll put the camera away and just actually go on a drive, and I'll let you guys know in a little bit. Later.